You're muted, Miss Walker.
All right, what I was saying is this is called a number string for a reason. On your whiteboards, I want you to string your problems, which means one, then the next one underneath, then the next one underneath, then the next one underneath. So one on top of the other on top of the other. And I want you to line up all the problems. So if I were to do this, I would have, let's say I have 24 plus 10 equals 34. That's one of my strings. But then let's say I have 34 plus 10 equals 44. Do you see how I have the numbers lined up together and the plus symbols lined up together and the tens lined up together and the equal signs lined up together and the sums lined up together? That's what I want you guys to do when you do your number string. So here is your first problem. Maybe. There we go. Hmm. Oh, it already popped up. Look at that. Okay, for your math assignment today, we're going to practice some more using tools on our seesaw assignment. This one should be fun. And I did go through and put on audio instructions on this one for those of you that asked me to do that. I did the best I could with them. So if they're a little off, I apologize. I tried to do the best I could. So what we're working on today is using the tools to show your thinking. It says, read the hint and challenge questions if you need them in the template. And I know that sometimes those directions aren't helpful. So let's look at what we're going to do today. So you have a word problem on your page. Okay, so for example, on this problem, there are 18 dots total. Square B has 7 dots. Square C has 5 fewer dots than square B. Use your counters to show the amount of dots in each square. You can use these dots and put them in the squares. So do you see how I can click and drag the dots? Yeah, I made that one funny. Not sure how I did that. It's a day. 4,
I can't see.
6, 7. Okay, so I moved my 7 dots into square B to get us started. And for my head, because it's just the way I think, I know I flattened it, but that gets me really confused. So I'm just gonna move that one out and move another one in. I like the look of it, but I'm not making things decorative today. I'm doing math. So here's my 7 dots in the square. Part of showing your work is following the problem and doing what it asks you to do. The problem says square B has 7 dots. So 7 dots are now in my square B. Then I'm going to use the dots to solve the rest of the equation or problem. Square C has 5 fewer dots than square B. So I need to figure out what 5 less than the dots in square B are. And there's multiple ways I can solve this. Maybe I write out my math. Maybe I write it this way. Maybe I text box it. Maybe I move dots, but not that dot. But here's the thing, it says, what did you do to figure it out? That's the question you're being asked. So you need to say and show how you figured out the answer to this problem. On page 2, you're going to do something similar, but this problem is a little bit different. There are 19 dots total. So altogether, 19 dots. And then it gets a little trickier. Square B has double the amount of dots than square A. Okay. Square C has double the amount of dots in square A minus 1. Oh, that's tricky. So if I were going to solve this, I would count how many dots I have here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this is 19. This is all the dots you get to have. Now figure out how many dots go in each square. That's what this problem is asking you to figure out. And yep, you can move the dots. Problem C. It doesn't give you the dots, but what it says is you can use the pen and make your own dots. I'm just making dots right now. I haven't counted them. You're going to count them and you're going to say, make sure, I'm just filling in spaces now because you're going to make sure that whatever dots you draw solves your problem. There are a total of some dots. Square B has 6 more dots than square A. Square C has 4 fewer dots than square B. Now notice, it doesn't tell you how many dots you have to have. It just says that whatever number square A has, square B has to have 6 more dots. And whatever dots square B has, square C needs 4 fewer dots than square B. Slide number 4 is your hint for how to solve the problem. Slide number 5 is a challenge. And the challenge is you get to create your own dot challenge.